So I've come up with this concept. In one corner of my room, I want to have a memory shelf. And the idea is items on this shelf invoke memories from the past or phases that I've been through in collecting in life. So starting left to right, you'll see Takara Cup. That reminds me of Mr. Rudy Zazu. Me and him deciding whether to pick one up or not, or a TFN 2018. So he's on there because it reminds me of Rudy and what a top bloke he is. That Robo Machines figure and Scooter. I remember having them as a kid. I think one of the boxed Robo Machine I got from a car boot sale. And Scooter I remember getting from a discount shop in Aldridge, believe it or not. And he's really minty, still in good condition. We've got the Rescue Patrol. I had those on my first Transformers birthday. The first birthday I got Transformers. And I also had this Power Master Optimus Prime, which is probably one of my favourite toys in my entire collection. I really, really love that figure. And it's the second Transformer I had, behind Bruticus. Some Power of the Force, buff Luke Skywalker and buff Chewie. Massive phase in my life collecting Power of the Force Star Wars figures, and I really like these ones because they were some of the earliest ones I picked up. You can see a picture at the back that says, "Daddy, you are my father, love Oliver." That is what I got on my first Father's Day as a dad, which I love to bits. This at the front is a Lego DeLorean. I got that from my 30th birthday, and I can remember my friend Kev playing with it, picking it up and smashed it to pieces. We've got a Micro Machines Enterprise D. That's on there because I actually remember picking up a box set with those in on the day that I went to visit my great nan in hospital, who then passed away not long afterwards. Bludgeon is to remind me of the G1 Bludgeon that Ross and Riley gave me at TFN 2018. And we've also got a little knockoff Transformer figure. It's kind of like a GoBot, almost like Bumblebee. I remember playing with that loads when I was a kid. We've got my first Terminator 2 figure I picked up back in really in about 1991, 1992. And yeah, I got loads of Terminator figures, Kenner ones that week, but that was the first one I got. We've got an Enterprise D pencil, which I got from a Star Trek convention I went to when I was a little kid. We've also got Generation 2 Bumblebee to remind me of James and Graham, who I picked up that figure at the NEC Toy Fair, the first one I went to, and it reminds me of those two people who were really, really good friends. We've got Masked Vampire, which I had as a kid. That is my childhood one, which I've restored, which I actually picked over Generation 1 Ultra Magnus at the time, and I didn't find another one for a long, long time. We've got a Micro Machines Runabout. That reminds me of when I was building a Runabout model and I actually cut the tip off my finger. Until this day, on my left index finger, I still can't feel the top of it. We've got Action Master Optimus Prime because I remember having all these Action Masters and I had so much fun with them. We've got Leoric for my Visionaries phase, and I have some great childhood memories of playing with those. We have Ace McLeod, who I actually got at the end of my first week of school, believe it or not, first week of nursery. And then I've got a Monster in My Pocket figure and a Deadpool Lego figure to remind me of my really, really good and close friend Dave Shotton. He gave me those as a gift for my last birthday. Next to the memory shelf we have a picture of some of my artwork, and these are mainly from Inktober last year. You see Quick Mix at the bottom left hand corner. I drew him because it was my first restoration I did on G1 figure, full restoration. Rewind and Chrome Dome because of the IDW comics. Power Master Optimus Prime because, as you know from earlier in the video, Power Master Optimus Prime means a lot to me. Cosmos actually reminds me of James, Soundwave 1980 on Twitter. And Outback reminds me of another good friend on Twitter, Santiago Jones, Gareth. So that's why Outback's on there. Moving further up, I've got Starscream, Soundwave and Megatron, just because those three are basically the ultimate trio. They are absolutely stunning. Next to that we have some more of my artwork. The main image is me as half T800 from the Figure Force logos that I did On the left-hand side, I've got a picture of Mr. Wilderness, just to always remind me that there are different people out there on YouTube, and to be careful what I say, because you could upset some people when you don't mean to. We've got Mr. Hogwatcher on the right-hand side, because Dave shot and wound me up that once and told me Crankcase was actually called Hogwatcher, which basically means like a voyeur. On the left-hand side, you've got me as Max Ray, and on the right-hand side, me as Skeletor. In the middle, you've got the image from the Truck Not Monkey video that I did with Dave Shotton and a few other YouTubers, which was a load of fun. We've got a picture of Arnie up there, because I really enjoyed making that Arnie video on YouTube. And then finally, I've got a picture of a mask figure, Matt Tracker, riding scooter. It's just a picture that I drew and I really liked it, and it fit in that corner. Underneath the memory shelf, I've got a couple of signed pictures of Danny Glover, which my friend Tim got me for Christmas for a couple of consecutive years, which I really, really like. Got my Marvel Legends in front of him as well, which are really, really cool. So that's my memory shelf. Have you got any toys that you've got memories attached to? Do a video response. If you've got a memory shelf or something similar, then do a video response as well, and let me know what things you've got memories attached to. Until next time, I've been Zort Rider, and I'll catch you again soon.